allegiance to the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, we're all here. Moving on. Are there any additions or deletions to the agenda? Anything anybody would like to add on at this point or take away? Hearing none, moving on.
No, we do have some additions.
The additions that we,
The approve the winner audit engagement letter to add to the new business, and then the cleaning person to add to the new business.
okay, and we talked about all those at the
Work session.
work session, and we should have them all written down on our agenda.
Yeah, we added that to letter I,
Okay,
both of those.
those are added. Consent agenda. Items A and B. I have a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
I'll make a motion.
Do I have a second?
Seconded.
Any discussion on the motion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Next is planning and zoning. And we don't have anything for planning and zoning. There was no December meeting. Next item we have is the fire department business.
Calls for December were 4 medicals and 4 fires for a total of 8. December, we also had our annual elections. The chief, myself, retained his position. Todd Judd, as first assistant, retained his position. Nathan Thiede is now the second assistant. And Tim Holmberg is now the medical officer.
So it's Todd and you, Nathan, under Todd.
Item number 3. Somewhere in the transition between Darcy and Carrie, we had applied for a grant, and I had assumed that we did not get it. And Carrie found out otherwise through her digging. And the grant was for $1,606. And I would just like approval to go ahead and spend those funds. The grant was for small tools. And we had a list
For 1606.
Yep.
Mhm.
We have a motion to approve as presented.
I will make that motion.
We have a second.
I second that motion.
Any discussion on the motion?
That grant had actually expired, but she sweet talked him into letting us extend it.
We have until October
Not
31st,
you.
I think, to spend it.
That's wonderful.
Item number 4.
Yeah, we have to vote yet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Now you can go.
Okay. Item number 4. I have a couple of firefighters that resigned last February, and they are interested in returning to the fire department. They both left for personal reasons, jobs and whatnot. The question is, can they just come back, or do they need to go through the hiring process?
How long were they on before they resigned?
One has 9 years, one's probably got 3.
3 years?
Um,
I personally would say let them come back 9 years and 3 years.
Are you recommending that they,
I am recommending, because the way I look at it, it's no different than a leave of absence since it was less than 1 year. So I think we should let them come back without going through the process.
I'm sorry for jumping the gun there.
well, that's fine.
That's fine. At least we agree.
Motion to approve as
Typical.
requested. You
I
making
make
a
that.
motion to approve?
Yes, I make that motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Any discussion on the motion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
That's all I have.
Can I ask a question before we
Go ahead.
go? Thank you. Did we approve the consent agenda and the minutes for the December 11th meeting? Do you need separate motions for those?
I think that's in the consent
is.
agenda.
Okay,
now.
okay, that was my question, if that's
Yep.
considered part of it.
Yep,
Okay, thank you. Sorry.
no, that's okay.
A and B were both part of it.
Okay.
Then I have one more question too. Just for my curiosity, when they resigned for those several months, do they lose anything going to their
Yep,
10 years?
they lose out that one, that they've been gone a year, so they lose that 1 year pension.
1 year?
Yep.
Okay. That's it.
Okay, anything else for the fire department? Moving on, police department.
I guess I don't have much, you see my monthly report. Total calls for 2023, looks like it's 677. And total calls for the month of December, 61. Was called out 6 times. That's about it, kind of, just kind of, you can see where the calls lie in, and that's about all I got.
Being you're the only officer on duty is, how are things honestly working for you?
So far, I think they've been going good. You know, dispatch has been very good at, if there's a medical, they're not gonna call me because we have first responders, but if anything that is bigger, they can let me know, and if I can respond, I do, and if I don't, I don't. You know, how the summer's gonna be, I don't know. But so far, it's been going well.
Great. That was my next question, is the number of calls that you had, is that kind of an average, or is it low, or?
Well, it depends on, you know, like if you had 2 officers, that could be double, because it's the work you do.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know, I don't know. I was gonna look at what Piers and Royalton had for the year and just see where we stood, but I'm guessing we're close.
Anything else for the police department? Moving on, public works.
Okay, reports on page 86. Any questions on that kind of stuff? Still working on the frequency drive for well 6. And put new meters in. Chargers are both going, that's good right now. Knock on wood, hopefully it's safe. We had a guy, we had some people in to do some jar testing and stuff at the wastewater plant the other day, and he actually tried it.
Cool, knock on wood, it's
So,
great.
yeah, and hopefully that'll turn into something good too, so. But, you got anything else on that?
As far as the meters are going, I'm just curious how many out of the,
Not enough.
Yeah.
It's pretty slow, yeah.
Yeah.
We're like 18, something like that. We got a ways to go.
you'll get it done.
Yeah.
Well, being this is on tape, congratulations to your wife Tammy on decorating her her business. It definitely, it looks good all year, but congratulations on the Christmas decorations to Tammy.
Tell her that. I appreciate all the people that decorated it. It was
Yes.
very cool. There's a few neat ones out there, so it was pretty awesome.
Mhm.
And maybe next year we'll get some more competitions, get some publicity, maybe it'll help push it along, so. Cool. Next, I guess the training schedule's on the next page, but I don't know if you need to even see that. It's just what kind of stuff we're looking at for, or what the trainings are coming up for our safety stuff.
And I have a question,
Oh, yeah.
because I put those in there, if I may.
Yeah.
Most of these are required, supposedly required of all employees, are they not? Well, especially the ones at the beginning of the year, the bloodborne pathogens and all those fun things, trips, slips and falls and those kind of things. I mean,
I don't know.
do you go to them?
We haven't gone to it yet.
Right. But do we get bonus points if other people go, or they're not gonna come down on us if I don't go to my 99 bloodborne pathogens safety training?
No, this is the thing. I mean, if you want to be on the advisory board, you can go to the earlier meeting.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
But then, what the main thing we have to do is make sure somebody attends them enough to make sure we get the grant money from source.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you very much.
But, yeah, I don't know if you guys have ever done it before. Or just
I used to have to attend
Okay.
in other communities that I've served in.
I had no idea.
And it's not my favorite thing, so I appreciate you keeping our numbers up for us.
Keep fitting it in there. Okay. Any other questions on that? Moving on, tentatively scheduled citywide cleanup, or garage sales for May 3rd and 4th this year.
Better let's read the calendar.
So-
Because I think Carrie had the wrong calendar, and I have
It's usually on
it,
the 6th.
I have it on my notes here, on this side, the 4th and 5th, and on this side, the 3rd and 4th. And Pat pointed out that I had my dates were all off by another day, so I think I had the wrong calendar.
I think 3rd and 4th is correct, yeah.
Okay.
And then citywide cleanup we have scheduled right now for May 11th, unless you have an objection to that. But right now, that's where it's at.
They usually coincide.
Kind of try one before the
Yeah,
other so you
right.
get rid of the stuff that didn't sell. And, usually it's late enough that the snow is gone.
Mhm.
One time in all these years we've had to cancel or postpone.
Is the second cleanup day something that's in the future, possibly? I know you said it didn't go very well.
We haven't really discussed that yet. I talked about it, or
Maybe as the time gets closer, we can discuss how we
see how
spend.
this one goes over it. You know, I guess at this point we haven't done anything about it. We had grant money for it last year. We didn't really budget for it this year, so if there's another grant, maybe we look at it.
Is that something that you have to apply for then, but
We did,
at a certain
actually,
time?
it came through Regional Iowa
I'm
last
always-
time, and it worked out well with BJ Allen. She was very instrumental in getting that for us.
Yeah, she was.
Okay. Well, I think that was a really good idea, even though it didn't go as well as it could have, but I think that it would help to give people a little more incentive to
Sure.
clean up their properties if there's more than just one option, so.
Yeah.
Just a thought.
Well,
Got a question for you. Are they going to open the rink? I guess.
Well, he started putting some water down today.
Oh,
Until
okay.
recently, it's been too warm to keep it.
Oh, yeah, somebody's
But
asked me and I
that's
said, well, normally
As
they
soon as there's ice, it will.
Okay.
Anything else?
When are you gonna take me on a tour of the water?
Whatever you want. You name it. we'll get it.
Okay. I have your card.
I haven't got my tour yet either.
Hey.
Yeah.
Maybe we can take it together.
You need one more of these before you.
No.
They're very good. Thank
Don't
you.
take them skating on the ponds though.
next week.
Maybe we'll get enough snow tonight we can start doing sledding or something.
Do you need, how much of a heads up do you need, like, the week before instead of Dave?
Depends on the day, but
Okay.
sometimes I can do it the day before or something.
Anything else for Bruce? Moving on, administration department.
Just gonna draw your attention to the local board of equalization scheduled for April 12th it is. That's one of my dates that were incorrect.
Okay.
At 9 o'clock here at the City Hall. And I have training certificates from Dennis. April's gonna send me hers that she maybe already did. Pat is, he's already certified. So we have enough. I think they just require
Yeah.
3. Yeah. So, but I recommend that everyone get certified to be able to sit on that. And I have a question regarding that, only because I haven't been with the city of Motley that long. They actually come here and you actually do that. Have they ever considered or offered up the open book? I mean, do you get people here every year? I mean,
Mhm.
more than 1 or 2 or?
A few.
It varies.
Okay, okay. Just wondering, because one of my cities went to open book, and another one of them was talking about it at one point. That's where they actually go to the county instead of coming to the city. But as long as we're getting people that come here, then I think it's important that we have it posted here.
And I'm glad you said that because I forgot to forward it to you.
That's okay. The audit is scheduled for March 6th, 6 and 7. I think it's more days than that, but we did put under the new business to approve the audit engagement, so we can discuss that later. We'll be ready. It'll be kind of a hurry up kind of thing because we have to have our state auditors report in by March 31st. But I will be more ready for it than I would have been on the second week in January. The last thing, or the last couple things is, when I was hired, I think you were looking for a certified municipal clerk. And I am not a certified municipal clerk. If you'd like me to attend 3 years of training to become one, I can, I will. If you would like me to go to the annual conference, which is a few days in March, I can do that as well. But I was just kind of looking for direction as to, how important is that I become a certified municipal clerk. If it's important, then I will start my classes this year. So I just kind of wanted to get a feel for, should I start making these reservations, or should I ponder it a little bit more? So that's all I was looking for there is, just if you would like me to attend, I will, and I will start making those arrangements. So,
A few questions on that.
yeah,
Is that something that you're interested in pursuing?
being a certified municipal clerk,
Yeah, and I'm
not
like,
at 60 years old, but that's okay.
and that's what I'm confused about because with all of your history, your 25
Yeah.
plus years of your history and your background,
But
I'm
there,
surprised that
it's good.
it
It's
wasn't.
good training. I mean, and yes, I could brush up on a few clerk things,
But I mean, if it's not a requirement upon hire with your 25 plus years of experience,
It's
So
good
it's just-
training. It is good training, so
so.
I'm flexible. I think there was some money in the budget for both of those conferences. If it's not a hot item, yes, you shall go. I shall ponder it and then bring it back to you, or make my reservations or whatever, because it is in the budget. So I just was kind of wondering what the council,
What's the biggest benefit to having you do that?
Well, it's always good to do your continuing education. There's always new things, there's new laws, there's new, new things, earn sick and save time.
Okay.
It's just kind of an example, but I kind of keep up on that anyway.
Bloodborne pathogen.
And then the networking as well, you know, it's really a, and they cover a wide variety of things. When I was originally hired as a clerk treasurer, I was told at that point that I didn't need to get certified because my education level was high enough. So, because you get certain amount of points for certain amount of things, and so you have to track your points, and then after 3 years of attending that training session, then you submit an application to become certified.
But it's okay to attend it, just to brush up on your everything and update it.
Yeah,
And you're willing to do that, to
Yeah.
attend some of it?
Yep.
I don't think it would hurt any, if you're
And I
willing
mean,
to do it.
yeah, and they're in St. Cloud, both of them. So once I start getting the agenda and everything, I may or may not go for the entire time. But then again, I may, so.
Where does the 3 years come in?
It's called the Clerks Institute, and the first year is kind of your basic, and then your second year you get into a little more, and maybe your third year you get into finance on being a certified municipal city clerk. They train you to, on different laws and all that sort of thing.
There's money in the budget for it.
Yeah, there's, for both of them, I think.
Certified,
So.
what you said.
And then, as long as we're still on E,
Certified.
bouncing back to the local board of equalization study for April 12th, is that something that we need to attend? Something? Okay.
Yeah, you've taken the training now,
Mhm.
so then you will come to the meeting,
Okay.
and then you will meet with the residents that have questions regarding their taxes and their values. The county will be here as well, because they're actually the people that will do the
I
majority of the
recognize
answering the questions.
Sure, okay.
Yeah, I got a friend that went to this and I wanted to ask her.
But the city can kind of help in that process, I think, as well. So,
I think what happens is if a resident feels they're overpriced, and we have a motel do that one year, city, they look upon the city to vote or decide whether they think it's the value is overrated.
Mhm.
So, yeah, you guys do play a big role in that.
kind of overriding the county.
Yeah, they have to, because it's city, they have to approve it, and
Right.
the county will take it back home and take it back and redo their numbers, so it's more. Because I remember the motel, we came down like 200,000 because they had a good argument of why, and this county felt it was a good argument, so we approved it.
And then moving on to the next item, the opportunities for the League of Minnesota Cities elected officials. I noticed y'all got envelopes. I don't know if that's what's in there, but I do have one. Steve got one of these brochures, but it's the elected officials training for experienced and new. So if you guys want to attend that, let me know. I'll go ahead and get you registered. They pay for your tuition, your mileage, hotel. There's a couple of choices here, February 9th and 10th, and then the 23rd and 24th in Alexandria. So. Or you can get on your website and set up an account and actually do it, but you can have the tuition billed to us or just stop in and let me do it. So. That's another one of the good trainings, being a new and even a seasoned council person. So I highly recommend this. If you need any other additional information, let me know. And if you want to get signed up for it, I can certainly get you signed up for it. You can make your hotel. I'll give you the expense reports and all that sort of stuff to go with it. So I just want to make sure to touch on that. So that's all I basically had there. So unless anybody has any questions for me.
Anybody have anything for the clerk? Hearing none. Moving on. Old business. First thing on the old business is approve the 2024 fee schedule, approve amended ordinance number 192. Looking for a motion to approve fee schedule, ordinance number 192.
I will make that motion.
But does that include the changes we discussed in the work session, or does that be included in the motion?
You need to include that in your motion with the changes that were
With the
discussed.
changes that we added at the work session, yes. Sorry about that.
No, I make that motion with the changes that we made at the work session.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Any discussion on the motion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Moving on to new business. Wait, first, any other old business? Hearing none. Moving on to new business. Resolution number 2024-1, approving a $500 donation from the Lions Club for Christmas lights, etc.
I'll make the motion to approve that resolution.
Do I have a second?
I second
Any discussion on the motion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Resolution number 2024-2, authorizing signers for banking transaction in 2024.
And if I may, the current signers at the bank are Pat, Steve, and myself, which is adequate. But if you want me to add the rest on, that requires all of us to go and re-sign at the bank. So just let you understand that. You know, you can approve the resolution with everyone as a signer. But then we're also gonna have to go and re-sign the signature documents at the bank at your convenience. So
If we approve it as it is, we don't have to go sign.
that's correct.
Okay.
And then I will change the resolution with what's currently there.
Be looking for a motion to either approve as presented or approve amended as the city clerk just discussed.
My question is, sorry, Vicki, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. Carrie, is there a benefit to having everyone on there, or what's your opinion?
The checks require 2 signatures. And our checks actually are laid out to say clerk and mayor. But, I mean, I think anyone can put their names in those 2 slots. So, in some cities, I've seen it where the whole council would be a signer. In other cities, no. There's been, you know, the mayor and 1 council person, and then the treasurer, the clerk.
So in an instance where, say, Steve and Pat are both fallen ill, and there's just you don't have anybody else to
Right.
so
So-
you probably do need more people to have an ability. Just a scenario.
Right. The what ifs.
Right.
Who's the assistant mayor?
Nikki.
Back to.
So, probably should.
Whatever you prefer,
Would that be something you'd be interested in?
yeah, absolutely, I can
Just like because then you'd be a backup.
Sure.
I mean, we could put it, like I said, put them all on there and then
Mhm.
as things move or
I'm
change
more
or,
than willing to do that.
I mean,
too.
you're gonna have to change it again next year anyway,
Right.
so, I mean, it's just kind of
Like you said, the what ifs.
like, yep.
So I make a motion to have Nikki be the fourth person that can sign checks.
No, I think it would be
You're the-
Pat and myself or everybody.
Or everybody.
Did I understand that right?
The resolution is written to include,
All?
yeah,
Okay.
but if you want to include one or two, or
Well,
you
let's
can do
just,
that.
would,
as well.
would
You
you
can
be?
do whatever you want, as she's saying.
Yeah,
So if you want to just do Nikki, we can.
yeah.
But yeah, I have
Okay.
no problem with it.
I don't either. So all?
It's kind of whatever you guys.
So I have a motion to approve as the city clerk has presented with the entire council down as a signer.
Yes. That's my motion.
So I have a motion.
There's about 14, if I can remember right, there's about 14 pages you gotta sign.
It's all right. we'll get to it.
It's all right. I'll second the motion.
Any discussion on the motion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
And I will give the bank a heads up and I'll let them prepare all of those documents.
Sure.
And so, I mean, it's nothing we need to rush into,
Right.
but I will get that on the calendar then.
I think it's a good idea.
Next item, resolution 2024-3, wire automated bank payments / electronic fund transfer authorization. Page 90.
Nothing has changed to this, correct? This is all.
Right, it's
Okay,
just
yeah.
me being able to pay bills,
Yeah.
ACH, and make transfers, and that's usually been the city clerk.
I'll make a motion to approve that resolution.
Second.
The second part.
I have a second. Any discussion on the motion? All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Next item, resolution 2024-4, naming a responsible authority.
Heavy on the responsible.
You beat me to it.
Okay,
Okay. Motion to approve.
I will make that motion to approve.
Do we have a second?
Second. That's very
Any discussion on the motion? All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Dennis, I gave you the second, is that correct?
Yeah. Resolution 2024-5, designating official depositories, page 92.
I'll make a motion to approve resolution, I can't pronounce that word tonight, 2024-5.
Do I have a second?
I will second that.
Any discussion on the motion?
I have one thing on it before, and then you can vote on it, but I'm trying to get everything together, and I'm going to be looking at and bringing forward the possibility of investing some funds into the 4M fund. So we may be, at some point, I may bring it forth to the council that we take a large chunk that's currently sitting in a checking account, getting a very small amount of interest into something at this point in time that could make the city some money.
Do a
So,
CD.
no, we have several of those, I believe.
What fund was it called?
It's called the 4M Fund. It's
4M.
it's actually kind of through the League of Minnesota Cities. They give you your person, and they know how to do all the investment. You can the last city I worked at, we had one that was more of a savings and one that was more of a checking. And they had all of their aid fees and payments and stuff going in there, which I don't necessarily agree with. But then they could transfer from the 4M, the checking, into their checking for operations, but they were trying to maximize the interest. So I've got some ideas as I go through into the reconciliation at the end of the year to bring those forward, because we need to do something. So, and then we will have another resolution that will add those accounts in here as well. So.
Okay. Anybody have anything else? Any other discussion on the motion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Declarations. Meeting schedule and official holidays for 2024, page 93. Motion to approve.
I have a question first. So, the last meeting that I missed, the December 11th meeting, was that one that started at 5:30?
Yes.
So it was, how is everybody liking that?
That's fine.
You mean 4:30 or?
The work session
Oh.
started at 4:30,
Yeah.
like today.
No, that started at 5:30. This is the first one.
So, okay. Is this an agreeable time for everybody, or?
It is for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, it works.
So then I make a motion to approve.
Give it a second.
I'll second that.
Any discussion on the motion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Next item is official newspaper. 2022 is Morrison County Record, page 95. And we did get a submission for the Staples for it as well. It's a handout.
Okay, so,
Does anybody want to make a motion?
I have it used to be every other year, and then the Morrison County Record, we did go with them because everybody got the paper. And now it's changed a little bit. You have to sign up anyhow.
Yeah, you gotta ask them for it now.
Right.
Mhm.
But they will send it to you free.
it's
Yes,
free of charge.
Yeah, I like that myself, but
yeah. And there is quite a difference in the column inch, 850 to 11 1/4. So. You know, it'd be nice to have the Staples World look those two things. Let somebody else make the motion.
I'll make the motion.
Okay.
We'll go with that. I'll make a motion to appoint Morrison Record.
I second that.
Any discussion on the motion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Moving on. There's appointments. have, under appointments, the first one is acting mayor, 2023 was Nikki Berga.
Are we supposed to vote?
You can do these one at a time, or you can fill in the blanks and take it all as one motion. I don't really care.
I personally like Nikki as the acting mayor.
Everybody okay with that? Nikki?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm shy.
As long as Steve stays in
Oh,
his
you're not
position.
budging me off
here,
that.
so.
Assistant weed inspector.
Mhm.
We have Brotherton and Johnson down there. Does anybody want any changes made to that one?
Who's April?
I-
Dennis?
How did you know I wanted to say something? I would like to know what this consists of and what is expected of you as to be a weed inspector, because I'm quite interested. I hear a lot about this town and its appearance, and sometimes it gets pretty unruly, you know, in certain instances. So I'm just wondering, like, what do you guys do?
What are you wondering?
Like, what do you do? Do you say, okay,
Typically,
April 14th, I'm gonna drive through town? Like, what do you have an agenda that you go by? Do you have?
typically, yeah, we drive around once, maybe twice a year, and look for thistles and obnoxious weeds. If the grass gets over 9 inches, that's an automatic. We usually talk to them first and then write them up if they don't comply. Mostly looking for noxious weeds, that kind of stuff, and
What, do you ever find anything? Like,
a lot of thistle.
yeah.
Yeah, that's typically the big thing.
So then you send them a notice and ask to,
Yeah, unless it's something, you know, if there's one or two, you don't have to kick it up and
Sure.
pull it out.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
if it's, get it under control. City's usually on there, especially if it doesn't count those things.
Sure. I just find it very intriguing, and it's just something that I would gladly volunteer to do. I don't know, I don't need to be appointed for it. I mean, I could just like be like, hey Bruce, you know. So, I was just inquisitive as to far as.
We can appoint you.
yeah?
Well, I make a lot of jokes on the importance of the assistant weed inspector, but if you really have a strong interest in doing that,
Absolutely.
Would you be willing to hand me over the assistant weed inspector, Steve?
yeah, as long as you can do as good a job as I did.
Try my best.
I'll make a motion that, I shouldn't laugh, I'm making a motion that we put April along with Bruce Brotherton as the assistant weed inspectors.
Johnson off, April on.
Sorry, Bruce.
Ask you to hold, I think cookies.
No.
Hold the motion until we finish the
Right.
whole list and do it all at once. We'll just
I
add
thought we
our-
didn't do it.
No, we're doing them all.
We're gonna do them all at once.
Okay.
Emergency
Exciting.
Management Director. Says here appoint Yoder for 2024.
I put that in there.
Yep.
Did you ask me?
You were on there one other time.
Now you
Well,
volunteer.
typically the mayor's on
Yeah.
there too, so.
Yeah.
That's
Who?
probably why,
Oh,
the
okay.
mayor, you.
I think that's why Al was on there before. He
Yeah,
was here at
probably.
the time.
And then I think the previous police chief maybe was here. And so that's
Emergency
why-
Management